Let's get to our strategy session. Joining us, our CNN political contributor, the Democratic strategist, Paul Begala, and Republican strategist, Rich Galen. Guys, thanks very much for coming in. You know, it's one thing to get crazy people way out there on the fridges saying sort of ridiculous things. It's another thing. It's another thing when a Republican congressman from Arizona says this. Let's just listen first. This is Congressman Trent of Arizona.
Obama's first act as president of any consequence in the middle of a financial meltdown was to send taxpayers' money overseas to pay for the killing of unborn children in other countries. Now, I got to tell you, a president will do that. There's almost nothing that you should be surprised at after that. We shouldn't be shocked that he does all these other insane things. A president that has lost his way that badly, that has no ability to see the image of God in these little fellow human beings, if he can't do that right, then he has no place in any station of government, and we need to realize that he is an enemy of humanity.
Wow, an enemy of humanity because of his opposition because he supports abortion rights for women.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, history will little note nor long remember what Congressman Franks thinks about anything, quite candidly. But what's more instructive is the thundering silence from Republican leaders. You know, this is the problem. Every movement has its eccentrics, to say the least, and everybody in public life is going to say something unfortunate from time to time. The question is, when someone does, leaders need to step in and say that's wrong. So when there's this clown, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, his name is Glenn Beck. He's a circus clown but doesn't wear the funny nose. He said the President of the United States is a racist. Republican leaders didn't say that's wrong, we disavow it. So when people say these hateful or ridiculous things, it's going to happen. But you need to step forward and say that was a mistake, that was wrong. And when the left has done that, when Code Pink interrupted hearings, Democratic congressmen like Barney Frank, Ike Skelton, they stepped out and said, no, that left-wing group was wrong. When Kanye West said that George W. Bush doesn't care about black people, Democrats, Donna Brazile on our network, others said, no, that's wrong. So that's what I'm looking for. Where's a Republican who's going to say this guy is wrong?
But I don't remember an outpouring of Democratic, obsessive behavior when the majority leader of the United States Senate called George W. Bush a liar. I don't remember that. No. While the president was overseas to a bunch of high school students. So, I mean, this kind of stuff goes on all the time. And people...
He was a liar. I mean, that's...
okay.
In that he lied.
No, well, that's wrong. He did not lie. But in terms of this particular activity, it was in the context of pro-anti-abortion. As I understand it, shortly or immediately thereafter, he wished he hadn't said it didn't come out the way he said it.
Well, let me tell you, his spokeswoman, Bethany Haley, did say that the congressman was referring to unborn humanity and should have clarified his statement. She also said that Franks meant to say that Obama's abortion-related politics have no place in government rather than Obama himself has no place in government.
And I think that's a fair backup as quickly as you can get the thing in reverse and set the backup.
Well, what does it say, Rich, about the tone of this dialogue that's happening around? It sounds almost poisonous. What's going on in the country right now?
I think it's poisonous on both sides. I mean, you can look at another well-known cable network and listen to the primetime chatter there, and you get the other side of it, which I think is okay as long as both sides get to have their crazy people on the air. But I'm not sure if it's poisonous yet, but I think, to agree with my friend Paul Begala, I think at some point adults have to stop it and say, you know what, this is getting us nowhere. It's not good for the process. It's not good for America.
Because, hold on.